What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and this is my review of the Cheer X1 Nano Quad. And this is the quad here. Now, first off, I just want to say that I was having problems with this quad from day one. First of all, I couldn't get this thing to bind to the transmitter. I went a full day without actually flying it upon receiving it because this thing would not bind to the transmitter. So I ended up emailing the eBay seller who I got this thing from, and he responded in telling me that you only get about 2 seconds to get this thing bound to the transmitter. So you have to quickly turn the transmitter on and quickly turn the quad on before 2 seconds is up in order for this thing to bind. Otherwise, it'll just be sitting there balancing with the lights blinking, and it would never bind to the transmitter. So once I found out how to successfully get this thing bound to the transmitter, I found that the transmitter really sucks. I mean, this transmitter isn't accurate at all. When you're giving yaw with this transmitter, at some point it just goes from slightly giving input to full input. And so you can't be precise with flying when you're on high rates. On low rates, this thing, the yaw is super slow. I mean, this has the slowest yaw of any quadcopter to date that I've tested in low and mid rates. I mean, the yaw, it's even slower than the Cyma X12. And that thing is super slow. So you can just imagine how slow this thing is. It barely even turns. I mean, the yaw rate is just like this. That's how slow this thing will be turning. And mid rates is just about the same. But then once you put this thing up to high rates, the yaw is insanely fast. You can do really fast pirouettes. You can do really tight funnels with it and nice tricks. But however, you can't do any wide funnels with it because the transmitter just sucks so bad. You can't really precisely give input for a wide turn with this thing on high rates. So really disappointed with the transmitter with this thing. I'm thinking maybe with a better transmitter, a more precise transmitter, it'll probably be a better flying quad. However, also there's issues with the quad itself with yawing, and I've narrowed it down to maybe the motor pods on this thing. The motor pods are really loose, and I think being as though the yaw is so slow that something like a loose motor pod can actually affect it. So I've been having problems with this thing responding to left inputs of yaw. So it won't yaw to the right. I mean, to the left, it won't yaw at all. But to the right, it'll yaw really quickly. Even on high rates, it would not yaw to the left. It barely yawing to the left. But then when I give it right input for yaw, it'll spin up really fast. I mean, there's really no in between. It's just slow or fast with this thing. This quadcopter also has continuous flips. So when you're doing flips with the transmitter, you can hold down the flip button to get it to continuously flip. But that, I've been having a problem with that responding to the flips. It won't flip when you hit the button on the transmitter. It seems like it flips when it wants to flip. It'll flip every once in a while. And then when you do get it to flip, you have to remember to hold the button down to get it to continuously flip. The feature looks really hot on the video that I watched. I watched the video that made this thing out to be an awesome quad, but unfortunately, I'm really disappointed with it. Let's look at the transmitter. The transmitter has trims, front and back trim, left and right trim here, and it has yaw trim, and I'm guessing this is throttle trim, but I can't really get that to respond. There's a nice LCD display on it to let you know where your trims are and all, typical of the LCD displays on the transmitters. So it's nice for thumb flyers. You can remove this, but it doesn't have any pegs in there for pinchers. So all in all, I was really disappointed with this thing. It does come with, another canopy, another full body actually, so you can actually switch the look of the canopy. You can have this one on it if you like. It has extra props, so you can have all white props if you like, or all yellow, or whatever. And it also comes with the instructions manual. The instructions manual is in pretty good legible English. However, it didn't say anything about the binding process, only having 2 seconds to bind the transmitter. So if so, I have yet to find it on here. Well, anyhow, let's go check this thing out in flight. It should be down to the transmitter. So let's see how she flies. Okay, so now this quadcopter, it doesn't seem to respond well to what the transmitter is telling it to do. This is low rates here. This is the pitch on low rates. Now you can see it'll go to the left pretty fast, but it takes a while for it to go to the right. Also with the yaw, I'm yawing full left now, and it's barely even going anywhere, but it'll yaw to the right with no problem. I don't know if that's a transmitter issue or what that is. So now we're on the mid rates, and same problem. I'm giving full yaw to the left, and that's the fastest it'll go. She lost it there. You can't hand toss this thing though. Now this is full right yaw. So it'll yaw to the right, but the left yaw is what's really not responding well. Okay, so now we're on high rates now. The same difference here, the same thing. I'm giving full yaw to the left, but it doesn't seem to want to yaw left. Now the thing's spinning out of control. But right yaw, this thing will spin like crazy. Look. I mean, this thing would be really cool if it actually responded to the transmitter's inputs on both sides. So you can do some nice funnels with it, nice tight acrobatic funnels. But as far as trying to fly this thing accurately, it's super hard to do that because it yaws so fast and easily right, but the left yaw seems to not want to do anything. So the thing's flying towards me now. Okay, let's try to check out some flips. I think I'm going to put it back on low rates. It becomes too dangerous flying in this small space on high rates. And that's another thing, the flips don't want to respond all the time. You see there, it did a flip though. The flips are pretty nice when it actually does them. Let's try a flip again. See, it doesn't do the flips all the time. And it's yawing on its own. I'm not giving any yaw. I mean, the transmitter is horrible for this thing. In the response to the transmitter. Oh, there's a flip. Now, actually, with this thing, if you execute a flip and you hold your finger on the flip button, the right shoulder, it'll actually keep flipping. It'll do consecutive flips. And that looks pretty nice too when it actually does them. Let's see if I can get to show that here on the review. Or is it just gonna act crazy? Yeah, see, this thing is totally out of control. See if I can get it to do a flip. Well, it did one. Oh. Let's see, maybe it gives itself, the throttle will spin up. Maybe it has to spin up to a certain amount of throttle for it to happen. Let me see, it seems like it's spinning continuously now. See if I can straighten that out. Yeah, this quad is horribly built. Okay, that's left, y'all. See if I can get the flips. No flips. It's not flipping at all. It flips sometimes. Yeah, I'm pushing the flip button like crazy and it's doing nothing. Yeah, this thing isn't gonna flip for me. Now it looks like it's dying and there's no LVC on it. It just turns off. The lights and everything just turn off on this quad. So pretty poor flying quad. It doesn't respond to any inputs. All the inputs you try to give it, and it's not built very well. So that's it for my review of the Cheer X1. Thanks for watching.